Alright, so the very first thing is just check out the terminals. That's where you get your equipment, and go to the VR room if you're very new. Go to the virtual reality. It's not very well advertised, it's not very visible. Just go in here, and you got the shooting range and the vehicle area. And the shooting range is where I'll take it first. I mean, I'll skip the vehicle altogether, because you can just try stuff out. Shooting range has access to everything. Same thing with the virtual reality vehicles. And you go through every single one of them, you're going to get experience every single time. This will take you up to VR6. And with VR6, you can get your first implant. Now, with your first implant, you exit, spawn, run back, go into this building, sometimes you'll see a giant aircraft coming out. It's called a heart. Pretty much you never want to use that. Go to your cert terminal, and this is where you can get spin those certs that you got from trying out all the weapons and all the vehicles. And then you go into this little person compactor. Really, it looks like it's going to kill you. And you select probably advanced targeting, maybe surge. Audio amplifier is also nice, but if you're just starting out, then you're going to want to mess with advanced targeting, since that'll tell you the HP, give you a better feel of how the combat's going to flow. With inventory, when you start out, you're not going to have access to every single armor. You're going to have standard and agile, probably. And you can insert Rexo. I wouldn't advise it. Really, you're going to want to get medium assault. This one right there. That's the most important. And if you have an old character, you're going to have Rexo automatically. It's free. You don't have to buy it. It's kind of a big deal. It's 3 certs, so not that huge deal to the VR 20-somethings, 50s, 40s, whatever the hell they are. I stopped before they introduced all that garbage. But the most important thing right now is going to be noticing that you have access to 2 armors, because you're not going to have this body repair kit, bank. This is what you use to repair your armor. You're probably not going to have certs for that. So to get around that, you just change armor back and forth, and that'll take you from 0 to full, or whatever percentage it's at to full. These are hot swaps, or whatever, you just name them, or whatever the hell you want to call them. And then secondly, you're going to notice I've got these medkits in there. You're going to want to bind a key that's readily accessible. For example, I use B, I use EDSF, and B is the closest for me. Some of y'all might C, Z, whatever. The important thing is that you use medkits. Use it when you're fighting. When you get shot, use it. After the first jackhammer hit, use it. After the second lasher hit, use it. And after the third MCG, use it. Pretty much anytime you get below 25 or 75 HP, you're going to want to press that button and use it. And this will also heal you up to full. It takes time. You can't use it over and over and over, but it'll heal you, and it'll get you to full with time. It's a workaround for if you don't have medic certed. That being said, inventory is a big deal, and I'm actually going to take us back to virtual reality. That seems like a nice place to go do it. Alright, you might notice this is not in fact the virtual reality section. I changed my mind. This is a much better area to demonstrate the capabilities. And I'm going to start off with Dirty Tactics. This is a plasma grenade. It'll kill somebody in 2 direct hits. It's pretty gosh darn powerful. For a jackhammer, like NC, if you're using a sweeper or a jackhammer, any of those high impact damage things, if this strips their armor, and that is devastating. Like, they will die so much faster if you strip their armor. And for the MCG, mostly it wears down their health, which is the ideal thing, as well as for the lasher. You'll notice maybe in the bottom left, right there, I've got 120 HP. That's because this is a cavern locked base. You get them from these caverns. You can't access them anymore. It's good, it's bad. The caverns kind of got to be a nuisance for a lot of people, but at the same time, it was such a low pop, splitting splitting it even more doesn't make any sense. So, first off, dirty tactics. Plasma grenade. Throw it. It's fine. But, better yet, you throw it, immediately switch weapons. Immediately. And you don't have to wait. You can switch weapons as soon as you let go of the mouse button. And the longer you hold it down, the further it will go. It's called. And for some guns like the jackhammer, it'll pull out a little bit faster, I believe. Same thing for the Lasher. MCG is the slowest, and it also has the wind-up. So it's a little less ideal for the Terran public. For us, it's better to use it to flush them out, and then chill at the top of the stairs, use it for cover. Because you're going to see this a lot. When you're going upstairs, people are going to stand back here a bit, so you can only really see their head. You don't deal headshot damage in this game. It doesn't make any difference if you shoot them in the leg, shoot them in the head. It all does the same amount of damage. So the important thing is cover and positioning. So these are some basic loadouts that I've got. This is my, I call it the plane loadout. I've got that for every single type of I've got NC, VS, it's all the plane. It has your heavy assault, has an anti-vehicle weapon of some sort. For the NC I use the Phoenix because it does just as much damage as the Decimator, but it's camera guided as well. And for the VS, I still use the Deci sometimes. It varies. Let's see. Here we've got my outside, got a Cycler, medium assault. When shooting this, just like pretty much all the medium assaults, they're the same weapon, just like in PlanetSide 2. Almost all the weapons are the same in PlanetSide 2, just slight variations. For this, you're gonna just fire, you can fire like 2 shots, no recoil at all, and just keep clicking. You won't have to worry about recoil at all. With the Gauss, you're gonna want to fire like 2-3 shots. It's gonna bloom pretty quick, but as long as you just do it one tap, you're gonna be fine. Pulsar, I believe, fires fastest. None of the weapons in this game have drop, like they do in PlanetSide 2. They're not that advanced. I actually prefer it that way. But some people like a little level of realism. When you're driving, you're gonna want a glue gun, and you're gonna want jammer grenades, because mines never disappear in this game. They're always there. You can run out to a field and you'll die to unowned combat engineering equipment, unowned mines. If it's unowned for a long enough time, it'll damage all factions. And you may want to set up a passenger loadout if you ride with somebody. That way you have like your biggest damage dealing anti-infantry weapon with glue gun. Because ideally, if you're in that vehicle, you can take out other vehicles with your vehicle. You won't have to worry about infantry. But if they get too close, they toss jammers at you. Because jammer grenades, they will disable your weapons. Then you're going to have to jump out and gun them down yourself. Punisher, that's something you'll have access to if you have medium assault, and that's pretty useful because it's got this little launcher. It's like a thumper, which is another weapon I haven't shown to y'all, but maybe you're familiar with it if you went through the training thing in the VR. In any case, this will go ahead and lob a grenade, preferably around the corner. It's real easy to aim, much easier than, say, your hand grenade. That'll get there, but you gotta wait for it. It's not quite as reliable as those launchers like the thumper.